everyone. This is Wilson Cole, president of Adams, Evans & Ross, and managing partner of ELOC Global, which also owns Recruiting and Staffing Solutions Magazine, Recruiting and Staffing Solutions Marketing, Backdoor Hires, and some other stuff out there. And I have on line with me my brand manager and lovely daughter, Allie. How are you doing, Allie?
Well, how about yourself?
Doing fine, doing fine. We're going to cover some stuff, and we're going to kind of pull the curtains back in a really big way. Whether you utilize Recruiting and Staffing Solutions for their SEO division, which Allie is over, or if you already have somebody that you were working with, we're going to give you some SEO hints and tips that will help improve your SEO better than you could imagine. And if your guys aren't doing it, you can maybe suggest that they start doing some of this stuff, and also to make them know that you maybe know a little bit more about SEO than you do. And then that, you know, if you're dealing with an intelligent and informed client, they're always going to be a little more demanding, so that will keep your SEO company honest. So Allie, go ahead and take the lead on what is important to SEO and why, and I'll do some reverse pages when you tell me to go ahead and do it.
Well, one of the biggest things I want to talk about today is using content to boost your SEO. Because in past videos, we've talked about how content can help with conversion and how you can reach your client that you're wanting to talk to. And those are all really awesome things you can do with content. But it can also help a lot with your SEO, because if you can get that on Facebook and backlink to your website, or get it on someone else's website, the content that you've written, this will help, because the way the Google algorithm works with SEO is it's all about building credibility. And so you want more people coming to your website and having your website referenced in more places. And this will help with your SEO a lot. And you can see this a lot in the way we handle our SEO in Staffing and Recruiting Solutions, because when you look us up, it's not our homepage that comes up first. It's an article you wrote, a decade ago that you're still using, that's so relevant still, that comes up first, because so many other people have referenced it.
Okay, well let's go ahead, and I'm assuming, Allie, you can see the see my, okay. I've done a reverse search, and so what I'm going to do, and I'm going to give a shameless plug as well. Backlinks of your articles are very important. Putting it on your own website is good, but if you have partners that you're working with, putting it out on relative websites that are important. You know, one of the benefits that you get, and this is a shameless plug, if you work with Recruiting and Staffing Solutions, we always put your content on our magazine's webpage, because that's could be considered a high priority link, since we're a national publication, which in itself is going to help with your SEO. But Allie, you want me to look up staffing debt, or we'll just put in past due staffing debt. Is that what we want to do?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm putting in past due staffing debt. Let's see how we work with the others. Interesting thing. So tell everyone. Let me remove that Evernote tag there. Allie, tell everybody what they're seeing here.
So as you can see, the first article that comes up is the 48 Reasons Why, because it's been referenced in a lot of different websites, and that comes up even before our homepage. So let's say I have a staffing firm and someone did not pay me for the work I did, and I'm trying to figure out who can help me with this. Now you can see, as soon as you Google it, we're the first two that come up. So that just builds credibility of, we can explain why this happened, we can help you walk through the process, and we can help collect on your debt, which is just huge in building credibility with your clients.
You know, and as we do, and if you put past due, let's put past due from, you know, sometimes people will spell it that way as well. you're still showing there again, our regular page comes up, but lo and behold, that article, the 48 reasons, beats our other competitors. This website, or this one right here on YouTube, is us as well. And also I want you to take a look here on this first page. That's an RSSM website. So we're cross-linking to other companies that we own, but it's not even limited to that one. Allie, you were telling me on I think it was Backdoor Hires, we're linked with several other partner companies that are unrelated to us. It's just people in the industry that we know. So let's do Backdoor Hires.
I think the best analogy I've ever heard with SEO is it's like building a spider web where everything's interconnected and you want to build that spider web as big as you can.
Okay, that's a very good point, because what you have here on our Backdoor Hires, of course, you have our main website, but if you notice here, it's a backdoor hire case study. We knew the candidate. It's at Tricom, which is a totally separate company. I know Julianne well. They do a wonderful job. By the way, shameless plug for her company. If you're in staffing and you need funding, or if you have contractors and you need funding, they're a wonderful company. But we did an article where we shared on their blog post. Also, with one of our clients that we've helped them with, but they're also even a competitor to a degree on the SEO, but recruiters' websites. We wrote and did an article on backdoor hires. So we're there as well. If you take a look at, and also, by the way, here's another one down here at the bottom. So we've got like 5 of the top 10, but one of them is rssm.biz, which is the magazine where we're backlinking that content. And Allie, your analogy is brilliant as far as looking at it as a spider web and making it bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's assume somebody goes out and they write an article. Where would you suggest that they start putting that one article? You know, what would be a couple of steps to get that backlink to help their SEO?
Well, number one, when you write the article, you want to put it up on your website. You want to be able to have that content, have a blog section, and then you can add that to your Facebook pages or LinkedIn, and that will help to build that up. And then, of course, if you work with us, we will put on our websites to help you build backlinks. But there are various ways that you can work and get it on other websites to just build it up so you become more of a reliable source.
You know, one of the things that we used to do in the olden days, and we used to refer to it as cross-pollination or host benefit, but I want everyone to think, and this is a broad term that you can use with all the different marketing channels, but you could use it with SEO brilliantly, is that take a half a second and think about people in your industry that are vendors to your industry. Perfect example is we do credit and collections. That funding company, Tricom, they provide funding to staffing and recruiting firms. We are both in the industry, but we're non-competitors. Think about all of the people that are in your industry that are non-competitors, but their clients match your clients. I would recommend swapping around articles for each other, putting links, resources. That's going to help just immediately kind of help generate some of the things that you're doing. But also swap out client lists. You know, they may have contacts and names and numbers that you don't have, and you may have names and numbers that they don't have. You know, one of the benefits that we have with being in this industry for 30 years, you have every single email, every single phone number, but we have some pretty amazing data. But if I had been in an industry 5 or 10 years, that's the first thing I would do is I would start partnering with the people that are in your industry. Now, you don't want to get their email list and spam them. What works better is have them make a recommendation to their list of, hey, we've got a recruiter in this industry. We're working with the same clients. They're doing a magnificent job. Here's his contact information if you need talent. And you do the same thing for them over on the other. I can't tell you how many clients where we built in that referral system. Allie, in closing, with this spider web approach, actionable items that if somebody, because I'm absolutely amazed at how many people don't do anything with SEO. They throw their website up, they don't do anything with SEO. What are the 3 things that they can do today, whether they call you, set up as a client, or they're going to call somebody else or do it on their own? What are 3 things they can do to help their SEO?
First, have content that you can add value to the people that you're trying to reach would be my number 1. Number 2, put it up on your website. Don't hide that from everyone else. And number 3 is trying to get it on other websites to really boost you in the Google search.
Okay. Well, guys, if you don't do anything else this week, those are things that literally writing an article would take you a couple hours in the afternoon, and then post it up on your blog. I know you guys all know folks that are in the same industry. Swap out if they've got a blog, have them backlink it back. What that does is that positions you as an expert on their site, but it also creates those legitimate high value backlinks, because you can go out and you can pay companies to give you 1,000 backlinks, but if they're absolute trash backlinks, that will actually come back and bite you in the butt. It has to be relative. And that's one thing that we've always done is the backlinks that we utilize, even with recruiting and staffing solutions. We're a publication for the staffing and recruiting industry. So if you write an article that is relative, best practices or things on those lines that your clients would want, I know that the industry would want, we'd get it out there and publicize it as well and create those legitimate backlinks for you. Well, Allie, that was informative, and I hope everybody goes out and does it, because I can tell you, and this comes from an old guy, and I'll leave this in closing. In the old days, and anybody that's over the age of 50, you're going to know what I'm saying, is in the old days, your first contact was you would have a phone conversation with them. They would either call you, you'd call them, but if they called you, they'd get information, they'd research it, and then 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, if you're still in the running, then they would set up a meeting, and then that's when you would do the close. Here's where things have gotten flipped. By the time they pick up the phone and call you, they aren't looking for information. They aren't looking at weeding it out. They have gotten it down to probably their top 2 or 3 picks. And when they call you, instead of it being a 3-week process, and if you take a look at your own clients and look at that sales cycle, you're looking at a much more compressed sales cycle, because when they pick up and call you, that's now the 8th or the 9th step out of a 10-step process versus step 1. And the way that you get picked up now is they go out, they do a Google search, they, on whatever the keywords are that are relative to you, and that's how they find you. And so when they pick up the phone and call you, they've already been to your blog and things on those lines. And you want to bait the field to where when they go out and they put out those keywords, it directs them over to you guys. So, Allie, that was insanely informative. Thank you kindly, and thank you for all the hard work that you guys are doing. If anybody wants to work with Allie and Allie's group, they can work absolute wonders at a fraction of the price, because we have a team, a global team that we work with, but it's already a fixed cost to our companies. So in essence, what we do is we rent out those services. And, where most SEO is going to run you thousands of dollars, it's at a fraction of that price. Shoot Allie at ELOC Global, ELOC Global.com, an email, and she can send you a link where you guys can learn a little bit more about that. Allie, appreciate all you do, and we'll talk next week.
Bye. See you later.